Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Katie, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Pop Culture Edition.
First episode of season 4.
Yeah, Taylor Swift Edition.
Yes, it's going to be all Taylor Swift, a full Taylor Swift deep dive. Mary and I have been debating what it is we should call all of you.
Yeah.
So for now, welcome back, fellow Swifties. Welcome back, friends of The Housewife Did It. Welcome back, Green Eye Bandits. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Dishers,
Trophy Wives.
Trophy Wives, Gossip Ghouls. Let's just throw things at the wall, see what sticks.
We'll call you anything.
Yeah. And if you hate it, speak now. Or hold your peace, I guess. All right. So I decided that it would only be right to do an entire episode about Miss Taylor Swift because we got so much from her this December. So essentially, our winter break was just Taylor Swift, which thank God.
Yeah.
I would like to start with us giving our current Taylor Swift album rankings as of 2026 archival information because inevitably these will change.
Right.
And I think it's important to just know where we are at any given time. So, Mary, would you like to go first?
Sure. You want me to go from last to first or first to last?
That's up to you.
Okay, I'll go last to first so that I
Okay.
can wow you.
Keep you in suspense.
Yeah. Bottom of my totem pole is Debut.
Mm-hmm.
Fearless.
Okay.
1989. Red.
Rude.
I know.
Rude.
Midnights.
Okay.
Speak now.
Okay.
Evermore. Lover. Folklore. In third place is the Tortured Poets Department.
Mm-hmm.
Second place is The Life of a Showgirl, and coming in at number 1 is Reputation.
Wow. Having Lover up that high is a choice.
I like Lover.
Notoriously her worst album to most people, but rock on, sister. Okay. A very different ranking except for this one that's in last place.
Mm-hmm.
Right there at the bottom for me, Debut. Second to last, Lover. Then Fearless, 1989, The Life of a Showgirl, Reputation, Speak Now. I love Speak Now, okay? Folklore, Evermore, and then coming in at number 3, I have Midnights, number 2, The Torture Poets Department, and my number 1 is Red. Over time, I have gotten to the point where maybe my what I think is musical genius isn't necessarily my number 1 album, but it's just I don't know that I'm ever gonna change that. That's my heart album. So
yeah,
there we are. Probably we will now have to do this every year, or maybe we'll hit you with it again this December and see how much has changed.
yeah. Next album drop.
Yeah, true,
We'll
definitely.
adjust.
And yeah, I think the Life of a Showgirl being so low probably just has a lot to do with the amount of time I've had with it. Also, just has to do with the fact that it's short. I think if you compared Torture Poets skips to Life of a Showgirl, there's more skips on Torture Poets, but there's more. There's more.
Is
content.
it a higher percentage? Of
yeah,
skips?
Right. All right. Into this Taylor Swift winter we've had. So Taylor was on Stephen Colbert to promote basically her docuseries release. She wore a white diamond necklace and an opalite bracelet. she was looking regal. He asked her for her top 5 of her own songs, which good to know that Taylor Swift also can't decide her favorite Taylor Swift songs. She said changes all the time. But she landed pretty easily on All Too Well 10-minute version.
Yeah.
She said, okay, I can give you one, at least. She described a recent affinity with Mirrorball. And then she says that currently she's loving the Life of a Showgirl album in its entirety. Which also, I feel like she has to say that. I've seen like some online like critiques of this whole Stephen Colbert interview as like her being like very ill prepared and like that this was like not like that she like flubbed these questions and she was like surely they have to give the questions beforehand and so how did she not prepare a list of her songs, and I'm like I don't know, I think that kind of to me feels like she didn't get the questions beforehand,
Right,
like because she literally was like oh god like don't put me on the spot like this, so I'm like I don't know, I mean maybe,
and then she said like I'll get back to you.
yeah, which brings me to my next point. I saw all these Swifties saying like, because Colbert was like, she said, I'll get back to you. And he said, well, you'll have to get back to me before May. And all these Swifties were like, oh, what's coming in May? This is an Easter egg. Taylor, what are you up to? All right, friends. I understand it's not like the Venn diagram between people who watch Colbert and listen to Taylor Swift is certainly not a circle. But maybe do your research a little. Stephen Colbert's being kicked off the air this summer. So Taylor isn't up to anything.
Yeah.
He is. But okay. Yeah. She is so cute watching her try to like help him come up with hobbies. She's like, listen, I have an off season too.
Yeah.
Here's what I do. She admits that she's a big audiobook girly, which Stephen had to have known because he had already seen the first few episodes of the docuseries. When he asked her this question, she gave Stephen some recommendations on what he should put into his own mystery book once he has a lot of free time. And people pointed out that a lot of the elements that she describes that she's like a fan of in books are very similar to elements in a book that is believed to have been written by a teenage Taylor Swift, but under a different name. So she's like, here's my shameless plug for a book that no one knows is by me.
Okay.
So not shameless. When asked who she confides in, which I was thinking about this, like interviewers have asked her like, who are you listening to? Who do you confide in the industry? And I feel like she has to just like choose to like give her friends like just kind of spread the love. Like she has to like choose who to say, because it's like so many of her friends make music, and like the last interview she did where she said she was listening to like Tit for Tat by Tate McRae, or who else was she listening to? Role Model, or who else did Somber? And it's like she also could have been like the Hyam sisters have a recent new album, Gracie Abrams, Sabrina Carpenter, but she's like choosing to like spread the love. But anyway, in this one she says she confides in Stevie Nicks. Okay, humble brag. And Max Martin, and of course, even though he doesn't necessarily relate, he gets her, so she confides in her fiance. Which would be a crazy thing to not be true. So, all right, now into the actual docuseries, which me and Mary had the privilege of watching some of together. How cute.
The end of.
The end of an era. So, we get to see more of Taylor and Travis's relationship, and we get to hear about like the start of this following the 2 breakups that she had on the tour, which I keep seeing these headlines that are like Taylor gives rare comment about her previous relationships. She didn't really say anything. She said, I'm going through 2 breakups. But I will admit, even that is kind of rare. Like, and the fact that she called what her and Maddie Healy went through, like, publicly a breakup, not that we all don't think that that's what it is, but like when he's
Yeah.
sitting there saying like this is just a situationship, like I thought like okay, that is kind of a rare comment from
Yeah.
her, I guess. But y'all just want me to clickbait, you mean people. So apparently, Andrea did some sleuthing about this guy who had brought her daughter a friendship bracelet and wanted to meet her, and she found out that he's a good guy who loves his mom.
Mhm.
Also, we should get
His
Andrea.
mom, the murderer.
We should get Andrea on the Traders. I'm so sorry. No Traders content really today. You'll get it next time.
No, sorry, I'm giving you traders content. Donna
Well,
Kelsey is a murderer.
you'll get some combos. But which like it is true. Like it's true her mom is like this is one of the first guys that like brought you something from your world. Like
Yeah.
and it's like I think that as much as she has dated these like artistic like dainty guys, like
Rat men.
yeah, but like they have still evidently had such like I don't know, ego
Mm-hmm.
and like need to be like I don't care about Taylor Swift being
Mhm.
like that's just my girl, like you know what I mean? And Travis is like I'm dating Taylor Swift. Like whoa.
He's like, I love listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and he's like I want to trade bracelets with the Swifties. I want to be one of you. So that is cute. As much as Taylor has apparently never been interested in athletes, her mom thought it's time for you to try something different. And oh, that she did.
Mm-hmm.
She went from smallest dick who ever lived to a redwood tree. So, rock on, Andrea. About her breakups, she gives us the iconic line, "Men will let you down, the Eras Tour never will." I hadn't even had a chance to watch the actual episode yet before I saw t-shirts with this on it. So, there she goes again.
Yeah. Queen.
Some people what?
Queen.
Yeah. Some people read one of her comments about Travis as shade towards Joe. She said Travis can handle a big life because he already has one. Not you, loser, who's
No, yeah.
not actually
Literally.
in that much. She says guy on the screen, and it's like I ain't never seen Joe Alwyn on my screen.
Right.
By the
no.
time she wrote that song,
Literally, she has
now
to like.
he is.
Now she needs to like actually change like the lyrics to
Yeah.
Guy on the Chiefs. Also,
Which I guess he's on the screen sometime, like often, you know.
Yeah.
Playing football.
Yeah. She's been number one, but she's never had two.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joe Alwyn is bad at his job.
Yeah. He's number 245.
Right.
You know. So look, I'm so happy for her, and especially Scott, that she gets to enjoy football and scream at the TV for her fiance's team and enjoy it with her father. But man, do I just not relate.
Yeah.
Every time she got very into pass interference, I was like, ugh, don't care.
What are these words?
Yeah. But it is funny. Everyone was like, which we know from her Life of Showgirl lyrics that she said she was busy, but that was a lie. But everyone's like, no, she for real lied to him when she was like, oh, whenever whoever told Travis like she's on vocal rest before and after her show. And now we're watching her like sing, talk, hack up a lung, and now scream at the TV. So at least now she's not on vocal rest.
Yeah, and she does that for him.
Yes, of course. I always find myself thinking, like, logically, of course Taylor Swift has to work out. And we can see that she's, like, ripped. But her vibe is just such that of a girl who would be like, ugh.
Right.
Like, why would I want to do that? Like, it's very much giving, like, Lorelai Gilmore, like, you're like, I would never work out. But it's good to know that she at least hates it.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to do this, but like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I've already seen a lot of women and girls talking about how healing it was to see someone like not working out to lose weight, not working out to like be skinny, but working out because like they want to do their job
Mm-hmm.
and they want to like accomplish their goals and make the
She's
best
like, I have to
tour of all
clear that
time.
stage
Yeah, she's like
repeatedly.
yeah, and I think like I don't know. I feel like we got a lot more insight into like how seriously she took giving this show to the fans. Not that I like ever thought like that she didn't, but it always felt like so effortless and it felt like it wouldn't really matter what she does. People are going to eat it up. So I always just felt like, yeah, she comes out and she does this and she has these like general choreography things, but like she can kind of do whatever she wants. But like she like so intensely values like getting the choreography right and getting all of this right and not letting people see when things go wrong and like she wants to pull off these surprises and like she's not even winging it on the surprise songs. But like you watch all these other concerts that are like only like an hour long and they just kind of like stop and like talk or like they do kind of just like wing it. And she was like, nope, like I set out to do this 3-hour show and like I'm gonna do it right every single night.
Yeah. The part where she was like held like a quick session because she couldn't remember if she was supposed to turn left or right. Like, I was like, it truly doesn't matter.
Yeah, it so doesn't matter. And it's funny because like we all called it like the Errors tour. And like she had that conversation with Austin after she cried during Marjorie. And she was like, that's so embarrassing. Like I shouldn't have done that. Like and he was like, no, like everyone loved it. And it's like, I think you have to think now that like every time one of those like errors happened when she said like there was that one time during the Midnight's era when she says like FaceTime. She like said the wrong lyrics. And, like there were times where like she would like mess up and you have to think like she was going back and like kicking herself.
Yeah.
And everyone else just thought it was so fun.
Yeah.
And like cute. And fast as fuck, boy. Although I think where she probably doesn't kick herself is like when it's like a stage error or something.
Yeah.
Because she's so nice to her crew that she's probably just like, it's okay. We made it work. But now that I think about that Reputation running she had to do, like how much did that mess up her quick change? She's like, I can't make
What was that sound?
My throat. Speaking of quick changes, yeah. We do get an under the scenes look at her quick changes and a very intricate pulley system. I like literally just am picturing that like half of the prep for the Eras tour was them just like running through these quick change, like they have a timer and they're just like, okay, go. And they're running through these quick changes and they're just not getting there with enough time. And her stage people or whoever designs these things is like, okay, like I could try this thing on wheels. And then they're running it again. And then they're running like I picture that this was like such a trial thing. And she truly meant it when she said everyone involved in the Eras tour is the best in their industry. Because instead of her like increasing the time that it took under the stage and just saying like they'll have to wait longer, they said, okay, we'll figure it out. Whatever we have to do. Obviously was so unbelievably impressed with her dancers. It is crazy to think, and like we know this, but it's crazy to think like this was such a long tour. People had so many huge things happening in their lives, like births and deaths and cancer diagnoses. And like, I just, not that like those things can't happen on a short tour, like life happens, but it's like these people like lived like multiple lifetimes through the Eras tour the same way that like we did. Like, it was 2 years of our life, and theirs too. And like all the little breaks between where they like go home and then have to like start again. So crazy. I loved that they even had this concept of swings. Obviously, I don't know like a lot about tours and dancers and like maybe that's just like what happens, but it's not just like an alternative. It's not just like an alternate for like emergencies.
Right.
it wasn't just like, if you're sick, like, let's teach someone else this dance to be like backup. It was just like, do you want to do the lover dance? Do you want to do the ready? Like, you didn't have a chance to be in this choreography, and like, if you want to do it, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cute.
Wiley said that it is like pretty much unheard of for for like men and women to be swings for each other.
Sure, totally. But like, I do think, and like, I don't know, I there's a part of me that wishes she had made a bolder statement than just, we don't take it too seriously about gender. Like, I wish she had kind of been like, whatever. But it's true that like, in like, okay, in Lover, if you have a swing, like, you don't have, Taylor and her choreographers and all these people don't have to worry about like, but we have to have a man and a woman matchup to do the slow dance. Like, they can just like throw people in. And I think it also just like probably makes it a lot more like efficient, you know, for like those alternate purposes. But it's also just, like, who cares? Like, and I think that like, that was part of her shock. It was like, oh, Wiley just like fits in Amanda's wardrobe, like, cool. Like, I think she would have been cool with it, but she would have had to get she thought she would have to get wardrobe to like fit other people. But when they come to her and say like, it's Wiley's dream to do Ready for It, and she's like, what do you mean? And everyone on the internet is like, she thought for a second Wiley wanted to sing it.
And she was gonna let him.
She's like, oh, okay. But
does Wiley fit my wardrobe?
She's like, what do you mean it's his dream to do Ready for It? Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm the pop star. But as soon as she saw him dancing it, she's like, oh, yeah, great. Awesome. Yeah. I also think that has to do with how much
she let people
sing
the show for
Sorry.
me.
I also think that has so much to do with like how much she trusts Amanda, that it's like, if Amanda's given him her wardrobe, she's practiced this with him, and she is now coming to me to ask, like, then they feel good about it. Yeah. And like, what a nice thing to be able to like trust your crew so much that you don't have to like burden yourself. Yeah. You don't have to go out and be like, no, I need to watch him do it live.
Yeah. Let me see Wiley dance.
Yeah. So many calls for Cam and his family to get a spinoff. So cute. Love his mom. After one of the sets of the episodes, Swifties donated over $20,000 to Kaylin Saunders Foundation after learning that his financial support is why Cam was able to join the tour. So they said, we'll pay you back. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. Watching her be scared and nervous after the Vienna bomb threat, domestic terrorism plot. Domestic? No. I guess it was domestic there. Terrorism plot. Yeah. And the UK stabbing incidents was so real. Like, I think, again, like, that's kind of the, like, you lose the personal part where you're like, Taylor Swift can do anything and she can handle anything. But it's like, I wondered always about the fans that like the poor fans that have to go to that next show that are like, okay. Yeah. But like, yeah, that had to have been so scary for her. Not just to be like, this could happen, but as we're getting closer, like, we could end up having to cancel again, or like, you know, like, just anything could go wrong. And when she was like, I feel like they knew I needed a pick-me-up, and Travis is like, no, they did know that. Because it's like, yeah, of course they did. Like, they were following the news. Like, they knew how bad things were, too. When her mom walked in and she said, oh, I'm just physically feeling my anxiety, I was like, oh my god. We're the same. Yeah. We're the same.
Also, like, it's like scary in general that like something bad could happen, but I think like there's that like added layer of like something bad might happen because of me.
Sure, yeah.
And like people were pointing out, like, for everyone who has like said that Taylor Swift is like out of touch and tone deaf because she doesn't speak out on politics, like, they pointed out like little girls were stabbed to death because they were listening to Taylor Swift music and dancing. Like,
Yeah.
that's all. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't say anything about anything. They were just dancing to music by her. And so, like,
So it's not
you
just like
have
she's
to
scared
think
for
about,
her safety.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to think about, like, the pressure and, like, the consideration she has to take of, like, so many people are, like, connected to me
Yeah.
just by liking me,
Yeah.
that, like, things that I say impact how other people think of them. Like,
Yes.
I genuinely, and, like, she's not, and, like, that's not wrong. Like, when
No.
I meet someone who's, like, a big Taylor Swift fan, I'm like, oh, they're a liberal. Like, oh, they're a feminist. Like, you do, like, associate so much of, like, her personality with her fan base
Yes.
that, like, people view you differently depending on what she says, and, like, that is, like, so heavy and, like,
Yeah.
really, like, so, I feel like probably unheard of for a lot of people, and, like, at least to that magnitude.
Sure.
Like, if somebody told me they like Jason Aldean, I would assume they're a bad person, but, like, there aren't, like, domestic terrorist plots against his fans.
Sure.
And so, like, it I think that it just, like, added a lot to, like, that conversation of, like, there is a reason that she has to, like, be very careful with her words, and, like, just in general about sharing her life,
Yeah.
her philosophies, her ideologies, her interests, because it affects so many people that she knows, that she doesn't know, children, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's, I imagine, very hard.
Yeah, I think like it's become impossible to think about Taylor Swift and not think about Swifties. And like you watch The Traitors and like they are thinking Taylor Swift ain't on the show, but Donna Kelsey is, and they are thinking about the Swifties.
And they said, we're scared of the Swifties, but not scared enough.
Well, the good news is, since they ended up being right, that Swifties have to be like, well, I guess you were right. But it's impossible to think about Taylor Swift and not think about the Swifties, and that's not true for most people. Like, if people are like, I listen to Billie Eilish, like, I don't think of them as like a mass group, right? Like, I don't think of like the Billie Eilish fans, right? Or like, I mean, I think another example of this is like the way that I think about Barb's, people who continue, they're Nicki Minaj fans.
Oh.
People who continue to like identify as like Nicki Minaj fans, like I have thoughts about those people.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I think, yeah, like if Taylor Swift has to be concerned about her own safety and like has like kind of even recently and like this year has like increased security and like been less open at like NFL games and things. She has to think about her own security, but she, and like of course like we in the Miss Americana documentary, like Scott is concerned about her safety and she says, I don't care. Like I'm willing to take that risk. But I think what she saw over the Eras Tour was that like it's not her risk anymore.
Yeah.
Entirely, at least. And like Taylor Swift is a hard person to get to. So instead we take it out on like those people that are her fans. And there are still people who are Taylor Swift fans who are not liberals, who for some reason are able to pretend that her songs are not saying what they're saying. But like I mean, I think that like whether it's for political reasons or just like you hate her power and her reach, like she has to be concerned about these people, especially while the Eras Tour was actively going on, because like what, she's gonna make a statement about Gaza and then put hundreds of thousands of people in a stadium, like, you know, like that's dangerous. And so I think like, yeah, when I say like she's like scared, I don't know that she was like, I'm gonna step on the stage and like I'm gonna get killed. I think she's just like, people outside of the stadium could get hurt, people inside of the stadium could get hurt. There's always crowds outside. There's always watch parties. There's always, which is like what the like those dancing girls, like they weren't even they were just like affiliated. And so yeah, I think
I was gonna say something I noticed today, when I was looking up Donna Kelsey on Instagram, mourning the loss of Donna Kelsey from my television. Is there is a person who comments in reply to every single person who comments on Donna Kelsey's posts with hashtag Taylor Swift Zionist like 10 times in a row. Every single person who comments on their post, this same person responds to their comments on Donna Kelsey's posts. So like that's like 2 people removed from Taylor Swift. Donna Kelsey's posts about Disneyland and is like Taylor Swift is a Zionist over and over again. Like the magnitude of like who she gets attached to.
Yeah.
And like how people think that they reserve the right to like then like use that against everyone is like insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like every time I tell people who are like similarly minded to me that I'm like a big Taylor Swift fan, I hear things like, well, Katie, like, doesn't that go against like your beliefs about billionaires and your beliefs about X and Y and Z and whatever? And it's like, so again, like my Swiftyhood, the fact that I like listen to Taylor Swift and like am a fan of Taylor Swift is like directly linked to what she does or does not say. And so like if she and kind of like her mom and Scott had like have said before in like Miss Americana is that like now you're offending half of your base if you go sit half of your listening base if you go make this statement. But it's like she also has to think like, am I endangering half of my base if I say this, or more than half, right? But like, if I say this, are these people gonna come after my fans? They can't get to me super easily. I got security. My fans don't got security. God forbid they wear a Taylor Swift shirt in the wrong place after I make a statement about something political. Like, who knows? You know?
Yep.
So yeah, I can't obviously cannot even imagine that pressure.
I know.
Watching her meet those families of those girls was brutal. And yeah, I mean, like, I think we knew that she does that, but like, yeah, the fact that she does it right before going on stage, I thought it was so cute that she's in the Lover bodysuit, but she's like, I'm gonna put a blazer on because this is like a serious. It's still a sparkly orange blazer, and I have no pants on, but like, I'm at least not gonna walk in there in a Versace bodysuit uncovered. And this is my business look.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Speaking of orange sparkly blazer, it made me so sad hearing her say that the orange bodysuit was her new favorite, and then knowing that everyone shamed her out of wearing it for most of the Eras tour because they said it made her look pregnant.
I love the orange one.
It's my favorite too.
It's my favorite.
Fuck y'all.
It's my favorite, and the orange blazer is my favorite. Like, it's such a good combo. Yeah.
What the things y'all have taken from us.
Yeah. Awful.
And Miss Swift.
Yeah.
She was wanting to live her life in that orange bodysuit.
Yeah.
Also interesting to know why we didn't get another red bodysuit.
Yes, definitely. I understand, like, in the conversation we're having now, like, this is a totally separate thing, but in the docuseries, I was surprised that she didn't talk about the girl who had died from the heat. In, what was that, Brazil? Somewhere. Yeah. I mean, like, I understand, like, that's not, like, a man-made, like, catastrophe. That wasn't, like, a murder.
Yeah.
Or, like, a plot. I just thought, like, she did meet with that family, too. So I thought maybe she would say, like, I've done this before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I also wonder, like, how much of that, like, has to do with, like, respect to that family.
Sure.
Like, do they maybe not want it brought up on this? Like, that could be perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, it was, like, a little less, like, publicized than other ones. When she was physically feeling her anxiety, she turned on an audiobook, as we discussed with Stephen Colbert, the book she was listening to has been flying off the shelves. People immediately figured out what it was, and I believe that it is now getting a movie adaptation.
Nice.
The Taylor Swift Effect.
Yeah.
She was so proud of herself.
Using her powers for good.
Yes. She was so unbelievably proud of herself when she described that she still made it in time for Reputation after ripping a chunk of her hand off. She said, and I made it.
One of my favorite things about this docuseries was watching people go back through their tour videos and being like, I have a video of Taylor Swift's hand being ripped off.
Yes.
I have a video of, somebody said, like,
of Wiley.
I have a video of Wiley. I didn't even realize Wiley was in this dance.
Yeah, or I didn't realize it was such a big thing. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I think that's so fun that people are like,
wait. They can, like, relive it.
Yeah. Or
must be nice.
Or like
the people to live it a second time. Some of us didn't get to live it a first time.
Or like the people who like are seeing themselves in it, you know, and they're like, wait, that's me. That's crazy.
Did you see they showed a guy, he was wearing a gold fringe overalls and he had bracelets all the way up to his shoulders?
Yes.
Have you seen like his like process of putting those bracelets on?
No.
It's brutal. He had like ace bandages wrapped all the way up to his shoulders, and even still, like, afterwards, he was covered in bruises. Like, his arms were like black and blue and red and purple. Like,
that's
it was
crazy.
From like just like the like squeezing.
I was gonna say, how tight are they?
I know, like, people were like, thank God, like, you realized you needed to put bandages, and I was like, that never would have crossed my mind.
I would not have considered that.
Yeah.
It was so interesting to watch her combine songs, and like, it was crazy to hear her, like, she feels like she's writing a whole new story.
Yeah.
She says, wait, Hits Different and Welcome to New York, this is a person who went through a breakup and now is moving to a big city and is finding their purpose. Or, according to Andrea, this reminds me of you and your boyfriend Travis.
Yeah. I love the song Marjorie. It reminds me of you and your boyfriend Travis.
Rah rah. I loved seeing behind the scenes of how she like imagines these acoustics with her guests. She just sends them like a sick nasally voice note and is like, this is how the mashup's gonna go. They come in and do it. It's crazy to watch these people who are like her friends, like Gracie and Ed and Sabrina, be still like so wowed at what she came up with.
Florence Welch was like,
yeah,
what is happening?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm in the presence of greatness. I know this person very well.
Yeah.
But still.
I literally wrote this song with her.
Right.
But she said, I just love to run around. I just kind of run around. And all these videos of her at her concerts, they said, oh no, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Sabrina being like, I didn't even get it for a while, but now I get it. Like espresso and takeout coffees. And I'm like, yes. Genius. Yeah.
That's our girl.
Yeah. Yeah, Florence being like, I like know Taylor Swift, but like it's Taylor freaking Swift. And like the pressure that must have been to like get the choreography right in a Taylor Swift concert. But also Mandy Moore, when Florence like hits like a riff, Mandy says, oh, what a treat. And I'm like, yes, true. Truly, what a treat. Yeah, I know, I'm obsessed.
I know.
She's so fun. When Taylor, like, I don't remember what interview that was, but she like described how Mandy choreographs, and she says like, and a rat, that's exactly right. And I love. I have always kind of figured that like the 22 hat moments are like a blur to her.
Yeah.
That they like run together. She's like, it's loud, the lights are on. But like apparently this is like a moment, and she like remembers them. She is like so present with them. She's a freak and tries to pull them on stage. Don't do that. But it makes it even cuter, I think, that when Travis threw her that end of an era party, that he like gave her the 22 hat, because like it's so special to her. How
Like
cute.
she must have been telling him about like
How
what
special it
a
is.
special moment it is.
Yeah. And when he gave
Her
it to her,
boyfriend Travis.
yes. It reminds me of you and your boyfriend Travis.
Who are we talking about? Your boyfriend Travis? You
It's like
idiot.
it's such a mom thing to like shame you into
I
like
know.
make you think that you must not even love your boyfriend. Your boyfriend, rude, you rude ass
Yeah.
bitch. You didn't even think of him. I think of him, and she's like, "It's a breakup song." No, I didn't
It's
think of him.
giving. It's giving. Do you ever just want Mary to shut the fuck up?
What is
You
this?
said that. You said
To
that
who?
at Christmas.
Oh,
To
to
mom.
Sammy? Oh.
No, to mom.
Oh.
Cause our mom kept saying like, I need to get well, like things that are like very easy to get, and I
Yeah.
kept saying, you can buy
You could
that
just
at
go
a
to
store.
Walmart. Yeah.
And
Do you
Katie
ever just
said, "Do
want
you ever
Mary
just
to
wish Mary to shut the fuck up?"
It sounds like something I would say to your husband too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is something you said. I think you could. I think it's valid that you would say that to anyone.
Yeah.
Who's heard me talk.
Anytime Mary's being mean and saying, just go to the store.
I did. Oh. When we were at my in-laws' house after that, we were going somewhere, and my mother-in-law was like telling us how to get there, and I looked at Tammy and I said, "She knows we can just map it, right?" And I was like, "Katie would hate this."
And in that moment, I hope your mother-in-law said, Mary, I wish you would just shut the fuck up. I'm trying to be helpful. I kind of hope that when he handed her the 22 hat, she said like, "Is this real life?" So, okay, the bonuses. I've said this before. I'm not a fan of billionaires. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the words of Billie Eilish, if you're a billionaire, why?
Why
are you a billionaire? However, I think that it should be, and I hope that maybe it helps it to be, this should be the standard. If a show that you are working on, that you are a member of, that you are making successful, if it is successful and brings in money, you should make more money. Like, congruent to whatever, like, money this is creating.
Yeah.
I think it just, like, makes sense that she's not giving them, like, I mean, probably maybe together, although probably still not. But like, she's not saying like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take any money.
Yeah,
It's all yours." She's still like taking enough, buying her what's it called back, her masters back, and everyone's like, "I'm so glad I helped her pay for this."
Yeah.
But it's like, why would I not? Like, I hired these people, and they are the reason this tour is so good.
Yeah.
They should make money from it, extra money.
I also think there's something to be said about how much money she gave in bonuses and how much money she spent on her masters and how much money she spent putting this tour together and the fact that she's still a billionaire. Like, it sounds like she's trying to get rid of it.
Yes.
Truly. She can't help how fucking rich she is at this point. She is working her ass off. When I was watching the traders, Donna Kelsey had a little Jaguar brooch. I said, "Is that Cartier? Did Taylor Swift buy her a Cartier Jaguar?" Probably. She's spending money left and right.
I will say, like, yeah, my philosophy is always like, to billionaires, like, give your money away. That doesn't seem to be a problem here.
Right. She do be giving money away.
Now, in my humble opinion, like, I think billionaires should constantly be giving away, like, and keeping themselves under $1 billion. But yeah, I mean, maybe she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, she's like, "I'm fucking
I
trying.
can't for the life of me give away enough money."
Right. Where at this point I'm burying it in the yard. Like,
yeah. Just so my net worth on the internet will change.
Yeah. Please.
Please. So, as Mary mentioned, one of the highlights of this is that we get to see the emergence of the gold rep bodysuit. We find out, perhaps, why it took so long to change it, which is that after the red one or red ones were made, they ran out of the fabric. In the entire world, they ran out of the fabric.
That's how fucking rich she is.
Yeah. And then they made it work somehow. Now, and
they tried to make it work, and then she didn't like the way her boobs looked.
Yeah.
And so they had to try again.
Yeah,
it took some time.
The video of her like walking in it and going like brr, brr, brr. People have on, I don't know if you've ventured into this side of Swiftydom. We have like Gaylor. We now have Autismler. Oh. So people are like, oh, look, here she is vocal stimming. And I'm like, or she's just seeing how it works with the song.
Sometimes when I'm playing Animal Crossing and I start running really fast, I go, the other day, Sammy looked at me. My autistic husband looked at me and he said, "Are you vocal stimming?" Yeah. Like, judge me.
Yeah, I am. I thought like, you would understand.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So, there's a whole new world out there.
Also surprised everybody stims, not just autistic.
Yeah, like, also, you think Taylor Swift doesn't in her head hear brr, brr, brr all the time? She did this show like almost 200 times. So, this is my bone to pick with Taylor. I get it. We wanna hype up our man. We wanna give him credit. She says that the loudest the stadium ever got was when Travis came out. I am here to argue that I feel like it was when the gold bodysuit came out. I get you're trying to give him his due, but come on now.
What was the one where it caused an earthquake?
That was just a regular old show.
I know, so like imagine how loud the rest of it had to be. Yeah. Why did the other ones not cause an earthquake? Because they weren't on a
fault line, maybe? Yeah, I guess. We got to see the makings of both the Torture Poets Department and The Life of a Showgirl. Very different in-studio vibes. Poor, miserable girl. And then in The Life of a Showgirl, she's just having the time of her freaking life. It showed her, here's some speculating for you. It showed her recording Fortnite during, in May of whatever year, and this, or I guess May of 2023, this is during a time that her and Maddie would have still been together.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen some theories. So if you play it, you can hear already in it some male vocals, which there are, right? Post Malone's in it. There are some theories that the male vocals on Fortnite were supposed to be Maddie's. And perhaps that they were she was singing it along with him. People say no shit, then she was as angry as she was in The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. If he one thing Taylor Swift doesn't play about is her job. And so if he ghosted and bailed on her for a work project, then her anger would be infinitely higher and would make a lot of sense why she was so absolutely, and she's for your crimes you'll never get time.
Yeah.
She's
Sammy keeps asking me, what does he need to be arrested for?
Oh my God.
And I keep saying no, he doesn't actually think he should be arrested. And he's like, then why is she saying it? And I'm like, because she's saying you're so mean, you deserve punishment. And he's like, but jail? What is he going to jail for? Did he do a crime? I'm
yeah,
no.
Yeah, well, maybe he did, but I don't know.
He does heroin. That's
so.
A crime.
I've also I have heard people theorize that Fortnite is about Joe. And that never made a lot of sense to me because it's the literal premise of the song to me feels like it's a short-lived something. But I mean maybe in the grand scheme of the universe, her and Joe's relationship is still a short stint. So I don't know. But I do think the your wife waters flowers, I want to kill her, maybe she did intend to sing this with Maddie. or with the 1975. I don't know. I think that's like crazy to even consider. And I think I also considered that like maybe the clip they showed us of her recording Fortnite in May, maybe some lyrics changed after her and Maddie broke up, and like maybe it became a little about like both or became about him or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, wouldn't that be crazy if we were gonna get a feature with her boyfriend?
Thank God we didn't.
I mean, Travis Kelce makes music, so
I mean, thank God we didn't get Maddie.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I guess we still have a chance to get a boyfriend feature.
Well, it's not a boyfriend feature now.
A husband feature.
I accept a husband feature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't accept a Maddie Healy.
No. And it's like I'm like, would it have been with a 1975 or would it have been like a Maddie solo? Like, bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
Thank God. Honestly,
Do you know
thank
what
God.
I think is crazy? Unrelated. The fact that no one in the Traitors Castle is a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Is bonkers to me. Like they're like, oh, we're so scared of the Swifties. I'm like, okay, come forward. Come forward.
Yeah.
Who amongst you?
Yeah.
None of you listen to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I also was though like cracking up at Donna being like, I'm fangirling. I've never been around this many celeb.
I know.
Ma'am.
Well, I was telling Sammy because I genuinely was like, no, she's not a traitor.
Yeah.
But I was telling Sammy because he was like, well, is she like, is that why she's acting weird? And I was like, no. I was like, but like, you have to understand that like to her, she is just a mom of like famous people, and like she is not a famous person in her mind, and so like all of these people are like of a higher caliber than her, but also to all of these people, she is associated with the most famous person in the world.
Right.
So like they're scared of her.
Yeah.
And expecting her to be a little more like outspoken and like open, and like she is like intimidated by them because like she's just a normal person.
Yeah.
You know?
It is a very weird dynamic that she's like, I am a 74-year-old mom and like I'm just gonna like be a mom and like hang out with these kids and like and hang out with these famous people and like, you know, like it does feel like she is the least of her own personal caliber. Like she is the least famous of these people.
Right.
She's never been on a TV show. We catch her on football games, I guess.
Yeah.
Doing whatever. But like she is the least famous of these people. And yet, like, she is probably a huge part of whatever ratings they get for this season, viewership, whatever they get. She is a huge topic on all of Alan's interviews that he's done to like promote the Traitors. And yeah, they are actually like, that's like a kind of untouchable person.
Yeah. Because he picked her to be a traitor before he interviewed any of them.
Yeah.
He saw her power.
That's the Taylor Swift effect. Yeah, he saw at least what power, like, she just, her name would have over them. He's like, yeah. And technically, like, she didn't actually, like, murder anyone. She just said, maybe murder some of these people.
Yeah.
These are your options. She had to do, like, frankly, the least brutal part, I guess, and just say, like, here's some people to pick from. And it was funny that she said, I'm picking people that are like quiet, and I'm like, Donna. Okay.
I don't know.
But okay.
I feel sad for Ron.
Yeah, I do too. Flint.
Yeah.
But anyway. Good for, I mean, I'm sure he's glad that they got the traitor.
Yeah.
So
that's his little friend.
Anyway, back to another mom. Finding out that Andrea masterminded it was the end of an era but the start of an age really has me wondering whose cruel idea it was to end the docuseries with happiness. Andrea, I'm looking at you, girl. You dirty dog.
Andrea, you sneaky girl.
She said, what can I do to make these bitches cry? At every turn, I'm gonna make these bitches weep.
So I actually hate these people. I want them to suffer.
Just like I have to when my daughter sings the best day and never best day and never grow up, and I have to sit there and watch. And
so you'll get better.
Yeah. Y'all, here, it's y'all's turn. All right, now that's my recap of the docuseries. I have to ask, did you do any clowning while we were away?
Like for Reputation
Yeah,
specifically?
or for anything, but yeah.
I mean, I'm always clowning for Reputation. It is, after all, we've just learned my favorite album.
Mm-hmm.
So I will accept
We've
it.
just learned.
Yeah. I will accept it at any time, any place. But like also I don't feel like it was gonna come that quickly after Life of a Showgirl.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like she's doing like the full press she was doing the full press circuit on Life of a Showgirl. Like I was like, I feel like she's not gonna interrupt that with something as big as Rep TV.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you how I was clowning. Because I sure was. First, the Swifties discovered that in Apple Music, she has changed
yes, that's
some
true.
lyrics.
But now they're back.
Well, it's also like only if you have like Dolby Atmos or something on. So, but she changes the lyrics in I Did Something Bad and in Delicate. Really, people are like, oh, she's just finally, like, Andrea's not telling her she can't use curse words anymore. Cool. But she changes I Did Something Bad to if a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. If he calls me a bitch, then he had it coming. And Delicate was changed to goddamn, never seen that color blue. So really, she just got more vulgar.
Yeah.
But this obviously made people think, like, what is she cooking on? What's happening here? Then she announced that she was actually going to release the last 2 episodes, which I'll note included the 6th episode. She was going to release them early instead of the schedule that she had originally put out there. This seems really unlike her. The bitch is a very methodical person, so like, why are you changing your mind all of a sudden? I was convinced there was no way she would let December 26th, the original release date of those 2 episodes. Also, 26 is 13 times 2. There was no way she would let that day pass with nothing happening.
Isn't that the number on the back of the gold Rep bodysuit?
There's definitely a 2.
But I think it's a 2-6.
I don't know. But it's a 2 and it's the 6th album. But I was like, she told us this was coming out on this day. Now she's moving it up, which is great. But surely something is going to come out on that day. Because she wouldn't just like have this special day where people are planning.
21.
Oh, or a 12.
No, it's not a 12 because it's in
just
an order.
2 and a 1. Could be, you can move them around. So she, like, I'm just like, people have like watch parties planned or whatever, like planned for that day, because that's like when they think it's coming out. Surely she's going to do something. So I was like, we're getting some sort of Reputation because it's coupled with these lyric changes. I thought maybe we would get like a New Year's Day release of New Year's Day. On New Year's Day, maybe she would announce it on the 26th. I don't know. Or I thought maybe a Christmas style Opalite music video.
Nothing.
But alas, we got nothing. Again.
Yeah. Also,
and
like,
that's all I have.
Something that intrigues me about Reputation is that before she bought her master's back, she was like having to make Taylor's versions of some Reputation songs,
Sure,
like
to be
specifically
used in
for
things.
like The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I think there's another show where there's another show that opens with it, but I can't remember what it is. With one, but anyway, so and Delicate is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think part of me always wonders like if we'll just slowly like collect the Taylor's versions like Infinity Stones, and then one day she'll drop the vault tracks.
Yeah.
But
they're not like staying.
Yeah, and it's the fact that they're not like accessible.
Right.
And like we've heard them because they're in these TV shows or whatever,
Right.
but like you can't download them, you can't listen to them. Um but like one day she just decides, you know what, they can hear them, I guess.
Sure.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't seem like her.
No. And like I've always kind of believed like there will be no explanation, there will just
Right.
be reputation. And so honestly kind of every New Year's Day that comes around, I think she's just going to drop it on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I do this every time. And like this time I especially thought it, but no. None for me.
Nope.
All right, Mary, any other Taylor Swift thoughts? That's
Yes.
my episode for
I
you.
do have a Taylor Swift thought. It's very important for me. I took a screenshot of it.
Okay.
I need y'all to follow me here.
Okay.
Because I sent this to Katie on November 6th and
Okay.
she never responded.
Okay.
Okay. I said Taylor Swift thought, but I don't know what it means. First, we have, as legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You like the match to watch it blow. We also have, you wrap around me like a chain, a crown of vine, pulling me into the fire. And I pointed out, redwood trees have to catch fire in order to produce seeds. Fun fact. Redwood trees are tree. I know. Redwood trees are trees that like require fire, I guess. And so I'm like, again, don't know what it means.
The fire
but
heart
like
emoji.
the fact that the fact that there's so much mention of fire and like these redwood trees are
and we
trees
look
that like
fire.
Right. That these are redwood trees are trees that like need fire to thrive and live.
Yeah.
And like his name has the fire heart emojis. The Orange Album has a red fire heart emoji attached to it for whatever reason. Like I just have so many questions about like the fire
and remember,
symbolism
she said
and
that
mention.
the Reputation vault tracks were gonna be fire.
Yeah. So now
what's up?
Now you wish you had responded to me.
I was accepting it.
You were.
It logged in my mind.
But
I
I feel
like myself.
Oh, not what I thought you were gonna say.
Honey, I shranked myself.
Because we were learning about cycles in nature and like plant life cycles, and talking about how like unfortunately for Californians, some forest trees do need to burn to grow, you know.
Stressful.
I know. And redwood trees are one of them. And I think that's so interesting.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting that like as much as she like teaches us about like opalite and like these random little facts like that, she isn't saying like, oh well, like redwood trees, I know that's why he's a pyro, because he's also got a big dick, so same thing. You know, follow me here.
I know, like that was like when I heard that I was like, what legend? What legend has ever told anyone that Travis Kelce's a pyro?
I know. I was like, but maybe I don't like understand. Like, I don't know Travis Kelce lore, so like perhaps.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if that's like somehow like a reference to like her the actual like Ophelia story.
Oh
no. No, like maybe there's, I don't know.
But add another one to the list.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah. Fire. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
We need to go back and see if fire is mentioned in every single song on The Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just some research.
Yeah, now you got me percolating.
Thank you.
Comment your thoughts.
Yeah. And your nicknames.
Yeah.
Hey, redwood trees. I was also thinking like
pyros.
Yeah, we know that like Travis Kelce is a redwood tree, Jason Kelce is a Japanese maple, Taylor Swift is obviously a Christmas tree. What is Kylie Kelce? What is her tree? You know?
Yeah. We'll have to
find out.
Yeah.
I watched this interview today where Kylie Kelsey told Donna Kelsey, she said, and I don't know if I've said this to you before, but big fan of your work. And she's like,
Mm.
oh, thanks.
Cute.
Okay.
All right, folks. We'll
Pick a
do an
nickname.
actual, yeah. But we'll do an actual regular pop culture podcast next time, and we'll catch up on all the reality TV that we missed. You'll hear more Traders
Yeah.
commentary for sure, because we're so obsessed.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Look, the day Michael Rappaport is out of that damn castle, I'm never gonna shut up about the Traders.
No, I'm already not. But I'm really glad because I've hated Michael Rappaport for a little while now with like a vengeance, and so like I am really glad that the internet is with me now. That we can all just hate Michael Rappaport together.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we used to really love Michael Rappaport in this home. Like we were big fans. And then out of nowhere he like dropped a bomb on us, and
for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.